What's up, YouTube? Elixir. Everybody knows it's not the best. Doesn't have a lot of uses right now. It's a little hamstrung by being restrictive. You have to play it after a card gets destroyed, a turn later, so you can't do anything fun with it on turn 6 really. So my question was, how can we make this card playable? And I think I found a solution. It is using it purely as a defensive card. And the question is, how do you ensure that your deck is very primed to get Shang-Chi'd early? I thought, let's try out Surtur. So let's get into the elevator pitch. Other than occasionally things with the Tuma, this deck is not destroying cards on its own. So if you're just playing a ton of 10 drops, sometimes your opponent's going to want to take those out early. And then Elixir's there on turn 6 to come in and save the day with some unexpected cube stealing. That's the idea. Elixir straight up playing defense in a Surtur 10s deck. So let's go card by card. Bruce Banner. Nice thing about this deck is it's another excuse to play Bruce Banner. It's the cheapest card in the deck. You're not playing anything on 1. So turn 2, you almost always want to see Bruce. The only other 2 in the deck is Armor and then of course Elixir, but that's a turn 6 play pretty much exclusively unless something goes really sideways in your gameplay. But Bruce, I mean, you're in this deck because you're playing a bunch of 3-10s, 4-10s, you actually get more chances to play out Bruce and get it to proc than you would think. The buff helped it a lot. 33% is significantly more than 25% in the scheme of a game. So if you play Bruce on 2, a lot of times on 3, you don't want to play anything. If you have Surtur, obviously you're going to want to play Surtur regardless. But then turn 4, maybe you play Starbrand, then Bruce gets a chance. Then, turn 5, maybe you play any of your 4-10s, which you have many. Bruce gets a chance to go off. Even on turn 6, if you have a very cheap Scar, you're going to play a 1-drop Scar maybe, and a 4, then Bruce gets another chance at the end of the game. So more chances than you would think, and sometimes incidentally a location will come up that gives you an extra energy early. You can play Bruce on turn 1 or something, or comes later and you just get that extra energy. There are more things than you would think, and Bruce proccing out of nowhere gives you another activation of Surtur, gives you a cheaper Scar, and it just really works in this deck better than I would have thought, because you're not playing on curve a lot of the time. Then you've got Armor. A lot of times you'll want to save Armor for the end of the game, but if you just need to get priority or play something on curve, it's totally fine to play this down. It can even mess up Destroy if you happen to come across that. So Armor, really a given in a deck like this. Sometimes you want to not play Armor on a juicy lane so that it can get Elixir, but we'll get into that. There's Elixir. This, as I said earlier in the deck intro, this is a defensive card, so you want to get Shang-Chi'd on turn 5, because then Elixir's really going to surprise people on turn 6 alongside a Big 10 or a Scar or anything like that. So if you have a chance to bait your opponent, you want to do that. That's why Elixir's here. I even had a game where Elixir, they gambit something away, you'll see in the gameplay on turn 5, and then Elixir is able to win a Spider Island by getting a card into a lane that you wouldn't think you could get a card into. So it's not the ideal deck for Elixir, but I think it's a surprising one, and sometimes that's all you need on ladder. Cosmo, it's a mainstay in a Surtur type of deck. If on turn 6 they didn't Shang you on turn 5, then you're usually going to have priority because you have all these giant cost cards, and then Cosmo, as you know, is a very good tech card when you have priority. So that's why it's here. You can play it early defensively, but usually you're going to want to save it if you can. Surtur, your ideal turn 3 play. It's just going to scale very quickly. This deck has so many 10s. It's a Surtur deck. Starbrand. I feel like you can include Starbrand in a deck as long as you also are bringing Enchantress, which we do, we'll get to. This is great because you can play Starbrand on turn 4 and get a chance at Bruce going off. And generally, it messes with opponents' math. I mean, Sometimes they even will shong away your Starbrand and not realize that they're going to lose those 3 power in the other lanes. So it's actually more of a surprise card than you would think. And great with Enchantress. Ares. This deck is big enough that Ares will most of the time be a 4/12, and that's obviously very good. Great with Surtur, and in general just fits the theme of the deck. I have in the past not been able to play it when I try out Surtur. I don't typically try Surtur, but when I do, it's been a cut, and this time I think it just makes sense. It's big enough. Enchantress, it's here for, obviously, Starbrand, Typhoid Mary, can also enable some surprise plays, but on top of that, there's just a ton of ongoing in this meta. Enchantress, helps you defend against Thanos ongoing and just any incidental Iron Men or, in Havoc decks, whatever it is. Enchantress, also so much fun to play on Shield and Sam Wilson at the same time. That could be a great play. Even clogs up lanes sometimes when they think they can move out. So Enchantress, love it in this deck, and it's great on turn 6 as well. Then you have Atuma. What's really cool about Atuma is, I almost didn't include it, but this deck is not playing anything cheaper or with less power than Atuma other than Armor, which obviously Atuma can't kill if it's in the same lane. Elixir, which you're playing on turn 6 anyway. Cosmo, just don't play it with Cosmo. And sometimes Bruce if it hasn't procced yet. So other than that, Atuma's kind of free in this Surtur deck because you're just going to play Atuma and then maybe you play another 10 on top of it. It's fine. It's not going anywhere. So as long as you're careful with it in Surtur, Atuma is a good 4/10 to play here. Crossbones, you're not always going to have a chance to play Crossbones, but this deck has enough power that it's, you had to get enough 10s. You need a certain number of 10s to be able to play a deck like this, and Crossbones makes the cut over the other couple options. Typhoid Mary, Enchantress helps out with the downside. Other than that, just be careful. You don't want to play it alongside something and mess up being able to play Scar cheaper at the end of the game. Yeah. Then you got Scar, of course. This can get down to a 1 cost if you happen to get lucky with Bruce Banner. Otherwise, it's usually going to be a 3. But that can be enough at the end of the game. Sometimes you just need it and Cosmo, or it and Armor. So that's Scar. If you're playing a Surtur deck, you're going to see Scar. So that's the deck. If you enjoyed the videos so far, enjoy my videos in general, go ahead and subscribe to the channel, please. I am so close to 500 subscribers, and as I've said before, if I get to 500, I'm going to give away a gold pass. I know that's not very much, but we're still a young channel. We're still learning. 500's a big milestone, and still trying to go up from there, but if we can just get to 500, that's a nice step along the way, and I would really appreciate it. So let's go ahead and get into the gameplay. Okay. We'd love to get the dream one day of the +1 energy on turn 1, play Bruce, float next turn. Get a turn 2 12, be awesome. Let's play Bruce here. Kind of surprised they didn't play the Hood on Tarnax, but oh, Nico, right. Ignore me. Oh, weird world. Playing bounce. Cosmo might be kind of nice. Do we want a Starbrand or do we want to just Rocket and Iceman? I imagine they're going to play over here. I'll float for Bruce. Okay. That's nice. Okay, so we can Crossbones. We actually don't have a lot of power left in our deck for Ares, so where do we want to Crossbones? I think we want to spread our power, perhaps? Sure. Do we just go for Ares? I don't hate it. That stinks. Okay. So, do we just Cosmo and Scar? So if we Scar here, we're just going to get Scar, right? It's the only 7 cost in the game. Oh, no, we could get Airshim. Probably just ignore Tarnax, Cosmo, Scar. Try to target their bouncers. Just protect Hulk. Okay. Whoa, Patriot. Hits the demons. That stinks. Man. Oh. What? That was wild. Wonder if we can win the Space Throne with just Scar later. Hadra Bob. Do we go for Brucey over here? I think it's just crazy enough to be an okay play. I think we hold on to Cosmo. Didn't get the Bruce activation. Okay. Go Ares here. Crossbones. I mean, we can Enchantress. Yeah, so this sets up for the Enchantress play. Brutal. Enchantress armor. Just concede that we're unlikely to win the Space Throne. Let's see if that's enough. Cerebro. Wow. Okay, Enchantress did it. Well, we should Bruce here so that we can possibly float mana next turn. Ares on the Inferno. Gives Bruce a chance to go off. Wow, banishing 3 of my cards. Surtur. Typhoid. Armor. Interesting. Oh, got their cannonball. That's huge. Bruce didn't go off, unfortunately. So if we Starbrand now, we can then Enchantress it, if we even want to. I don't hate that. Cosmo. All right. I mean, now I guess we just Tuma. I don't really want to do that, though. Would it be better to just Enchantress here? I mean, this Tuma gives us enough, right? Bring Titania over, kills one of Cosmo or Titania. Yeah. They don't have Cannonball. We give Bruce a chance to go off as well. Oh no. Come on. Well, at least this opens us up to play things. Now Elixir can bring back Cosmo. Then we can Crossbones. Scar. Let's see. Okay. Gore. Awesome. Now we get to hit that with the Enchantress, hit the Starbrand with the Enchantress. Should be a win. Unless they come back with Shang-Chi. But I think we still have enough, right? No, we wouldn't. It's a clean win. Let's game in with Flash X. this will be a big test. Oh, they're playing Thanos. Okay, let's... Bruce would be really fun here if it sticks. See if we can stick a Bruce in the danger room. Okay, we're stuck. Let's see. Probably just Surturing. Over here. Okay, Reality Stone. Wow, and then Lemuria. Kind of stinks. Okay, we'll stick through the snap. Where do we want to be enchantressing? Probably over here. So that'll inform where we play things. We could play Starbrand. Or we can Typhoid. We go for this. Red Guardian on Bruce, okay. Now, should we Ares over here? Our Ares is going to be 22, which should be enough. Hopefully they Shang us this turn. Kind of stinks because then Elixir would bring back blah blah blah, but we'll see. Okay. Interesting. So now basically forfeit middle. Unless, what if we elixired? This would be 13, 12, and then we add, and we enchantress here? They're going to play Thanos plus something else probably. Their Thanos is a 12. If they played Thanos here, I would win. If they played Thanos here, I would win. If they played Thanos here, I would win with this play. Okay. That was sweet. Alright. We'll just wait. Wow, Bruce. Okay, well that's, at least we're able to play out something here. I guess we could go Ares. Well, that helps their Bruce. And we just go Ares over here. I might have chosen Typhoid if we had Enchantress in hand. Magic. I'm going to assume this is some kind of Evo deck, maybe? Okay. I think we just play Surtur. Mantis. Incredible. Okay, armor. Starbrand. Or armor Starbrand. So what were they doing over here? Spider-Man. Oh no, now we're clogged. This is a wild deck, just using all their Marvel Rivals variants, maybe. Okay. So... what if we just Scarred and Enchantress, actually? Okay, so they... wow. They did go for the Storm there, so I think we win. Because Enchantress takes out the Punisher. Would have won anyway, but... okay, that was interesting. Okay. I guess Bruce is fine over here. It would keep the Stark Tower buff if it would transform on turn 6 or something. Just shoot for Starbrand, going middle. Sure. Okay, they probably didn't want to lose their Modok there. I'll go Tuma. Track. Okay. So, do I want to just try to play Cosmo? Alternatively, I can go for like a Crossbones. If I Cosmo here, I can't then Enchantress, so I think we're just gonna go... we could really stack with Typhoid Mary here. I'm gonna go for this. I'm hoping they Shang me. Gambit's good too. Because now I can Elixir middle. Oh, and we got Bruce. Okay. Elixir. Enchantress. because they're gonna win left. But I think Enchantress really screws them over here. And it's hard for them to get into Spider Island. I guess they could get Proxima in there, but a tomb would be bigger. Khonshu. Okay. But either way, we got there. Alright. Satisfied with an Elixir win. So that was the gameplay. I thought it was a ton of fun. Obviously, I want to preface this like I do with most of my decks. I play off-meta fun decks. I'm not out here trying to destroy the meta. It's just fun to do something goofy, a little different. And Elixir, I mean, it's not an amazing card by any means, but it has some uses, and more than I think that are explored. Obviously, it's going to get better with Kid Omega coming out, and some, I'm sure, more cards in the future. But this is a fun defensive way to play Elixir, and sometimes just fun to drop a bunch of 10 drops. And they're not, it's not the best deck these days, but this is different. Give it a shot. Let me know what you think. Comment down below. I respond to every single comment. Subscribe to the channel. Let's get to 500. And thanks for watching. Later.